Detroit. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake the give. Now gone. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And he stopped immediately there.
Jonah Jackson, former 3rd-round pick, the guilty party.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, here's Goff.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Play action. It's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
But they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing again is Goff.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by the former Lion, Darius Slay. And the Eagles are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
As a linebacker, you're trying to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Good run right there. And this is a man who's 1,000 yards rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that.
Throwing is Hurts. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
So now then, the big loss sets up 2nd and 19. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
Solid running there. And CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the counter now, it's Sanders.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers. You're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
Description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
19 strike. Hurts sets up to throw it.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3. Maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Goff a handoff here to Swift.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
3-0 after one on EA Sports.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Now a first down throw. Gone. He's airing it out for Williams. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Goff taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. Detroit. You talk about rookies having big statistical years. He had a boatload of these in the regular season, more than one per game, and now he has his first here in the playoffs.
And it shows off his big playability, too, because we saw this quite a bit in college, and it certainly continued here at the next level. Another explosive play for a guy who's made them all season long.
Offense set to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Lee McNeil. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, that was a bouncer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Smith, the man in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Aaron Siposs out now to punt on 4th down. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Goff. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Once again, it's Swift. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. Touchdown! Jamison Williams.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 2nd down, back to Sanders. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Flushed out right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. He had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that? Lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nuwanger now from his end zone. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're starting to put some space here. The first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right? Trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. This is Swift on the counter. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Brandon Graham, great pursuit there, getting the tackle for loss.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The slot man in motion right. Now on 2nd and 13. Goff. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. He's airing it out for Williams, and that will be incomplete. Now, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Boston Scott deep for Philadelphia. Pulled in at the 24. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
This will be caught at about the 5. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And an anxious moment or 2 there, but they do get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The final shot before break here. Goff. He's airing it out for Williams.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Another run here with Sanders. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 4th down and 9.
And pick up the first. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run with Sanders off the option. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Second down, back to Sanders. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 134 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Jordan Davis forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught. The ball comes out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. So the big gain through the air, but scratch it all off because he could not hang on to the football.
And you have to like what they did on defense here. They didn't give up on the play. Big yardage given up, but they still battled all the way to the end and helped force a turnover.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
18. Here's Hurts to throw.
Going deep here for Watkins. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins,
73 yards.
and the Eagles continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
Oh, good return up past the 30. Past midfield.
Kene Nwangu.
And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. It's been a back-and-forth game. A lot of points on the board. And that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's going.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it. And as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming. And that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter, right? Pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, gives up a hit late. You're so close to accomplishing everything you want and don't quite get it done. They'll come back with a vengeance on the next play.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
163 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
One quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. In motion left goes Smith. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are to be... He's got a man, complete, and in for the Lions touchdown. Jameson Williams saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Goff looking to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Aleem McNeil.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd down, back to Sanders. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Folks, 249 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. On 1st down, Hurts. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown, 39 yards. And the Eagles have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, But if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out.
Touchdown! A.J. Brown, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw taken in by Chark. And they'll work this down inside the 30. On first down, gone. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Jameson Williams, 29 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's looking like they are going to get the victory here, and it will not be one and done in these playoffs. Of course, you remember the disappointment of 12 months ago, and they're trying to erase that memory right now. So the completion gets them just a yard, and that'll bring up second down. Here's Sanders, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. He's airing it out for Williams. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for Detroit. 61 yards.
That's good for the Lions. First down goal at the 5-yard line.
Back to throw, gone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got him in position.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They start on the ground here with Sanders. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The tackle for a loss goes to Kirby Joseph, making a great play. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll go again with Sanders. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So first and second down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
And there it is, that symbol that ends a game that one team loves and the other team can't stand. Taking a knee, and guess what? The visitors came in and got it done. Wild card round, first step on their way trying to get to the Super Bowl.
First step indeed. They're underdogs. We'll see if they can continue to make some noise in the playoffs, but a good first step. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Well, one win down.